Go Beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Critscast. Today we're bringing you some sixes action from Season 36, some Div 1 this time, between two teams in the making for this title, as I slowly get the match page open. There we go. It's going to be Swedish Open Squash versus the Compound on Granary and Products today. Joining me on production, as always, is Wiethoofd, and I'm actually joined by Aya on the co-casting bench. How you doing, Aya?
Yeah, I'm doing quite well. It's a good way to start my day. It's still morning here, but glad to be here, casting some European TF2 action. Always love to see it.
There we go. We're going to be going live on this first map. This is, just to reiterate, this is the Week 3 Granary and Product Week of Div 1 Sixes Season 36. As we go live into this mid-route shortly of the Compound versus Swedish Squash Open. So if you want to take this mid away,
yeah, indeed. It's going to be Joe rolling out up top, but taking some very early spam from Jimbo. But nothing really happening too much. So yeah, this soldiers are just going to be bombing across point. Some good rockets on the Jorge, but he still is. And it's 3 frags down to make that 4 for the side of Swedish Open. And that's just going to be mid in the hands of Compound.
Yeah, Jevon getting a really early bomb in there, just gets the pressure onto Layla, sort of just jumping around for her life. Not managing to find it there, but I mean, yeah, big Uber ride coming into the second point. It's going to be a bit risky. Don't know if they're going to try and bring out the sniper or like a heavy maybe to sit on this pipe, but there's already a lot of early pressure in here. I have to see sort of how close they want to hold this.
Yeah, we got middle up on the heavy, no sniper of any kind. That's not too surprising as they are going to be down on that 75 disad. Sniper can be a bit of a liability if he's not hitting those shots.
Yeah, very true. Although I think XL actually is sort of trying to force them out on this right side. They're going to be trying to bomb in from right here, but the demo comes in very deep. Uber comes out already quickly onto the point. They try not really getting much damage down to the middle. There you go, some pipes go down to him now, but the demo goes down for it. Kills that demo, no arrow connecting onto the soldier on the top. Middles is taking all the arrows in the world from Layla as they try and focus him down, but he is still alive here. And there we go, the war of attrition comes in the favor of the defending team there.
Yeah, that was a great hold from middle there as Jorge is just running away with his life through drop down, meeting up with his scout buddy in garage, but very good hold there. That heavy just got tanked so well by Layla and just not able to focus fire him down there.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting push there because I feel like they probably could have just like focused middle like way earlier in that Uber, or like even Ubered a bit later there because I mean XL's already shot. Maybe they could have just risked it, but. Or even just rotated to the sides where the heavy was and gone for a bit of a push there. But there is a bit of a push onto this middle point with that advantage coming in the side of Layla as they're trying to slowly cap this out. But I mean, they're moving up into this garage area with some sticks above it to defend. But I mean, they are going to be getting even Ubers very soon, so they've let Jorge have this.
Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna be the classic mid-yard stalemate, but I say that actually, they are pushing in and it's an Uber exchange outside of garage. No team really favored in this right now. Not a ton of flashing going on as my internet's just lagging out in the STV here. It's unfortunate.
Oh, yikes.
As we did see 3 going down on Swedish Open, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an interesting play there from Storm because he kind of just ran on across the containers and then blocked the entrance off from the soldiers, so both the soldiers on high ground ended up going down quite quickly in that exchange. But they're going to try and get this mid-pressure right now, going to try and walk their way into Yar. Then they're just going to give up Yar completely here as sort of Compound just slowly make their way in through the shutter. But I mean, it is even Ubers importantly, so I imagine they're going to try and contest this point for now. Let's see if they try and send any sacks in around the side, but they're going to be approaching this from lunchbox.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be Evan spent out very heavily and actually does go down to TK. And so does Stan. I don't know who that's alias does, but yeah, it's gonna be looking like a very good second hold here for the side of Zeus. But Exile going down, it's now 2 for 2. As they're just holding out, and yeah, they're very touch to go. Amp is stuck in behind. As middle picks up Storm, he might actually be able to get out now. Well, cleaned up.
Yeah, this scout's very slow to clear that soldier up. I mean, Middle getting up some nice meat shots onto the scout there. He's going to clear up Storm, but as both the scouts are kind of just on the beam there trying to kill that soldier. But Jimbot's sort of blocking down that shutter like very effectively there for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a little hot under the collar if you're Jorge there, just seeing that soldier live.
Yeah.
But, you know, he did eventually get cleaned up, and that's what counts. no force come out, as TK does go down once more in that upper area. So it's just going to be Evan going in from the sec. Actually picks up middle as well, so that's a very successful 2 picks from Granary, but it's traded back once again, and it looks like we're going to be staying on second for a while longer. Actually, no, Layla gets forced by Stan there in lobby, and Jorge does not have to pop at all yet. This is a bit disastrous here for Swedish Open, as it's going to be the pop so much later from Jorge. Joe goes down, Layla down. That's a disastrous second hold. They needed to get out way faster.
Yeah, risky push in there, but yeah, the no scout with so the mate there with Layla get out, and Joe getting caught out as well. So it was high risk, high reward there, managed to pay off, and there we go. Got 6 players coming in here. No medic for this defense for a bit. But,
Exile gets the crucial headshot onto Jorge, but there's so much cap time already, and yeah, it's not gonna matter for our compound taking their first round here on Granary. You know, the nice shot from Exile, but it's cap points that win games.
Yeah, they took that risk and get paid for it with the first round loss of the game. There we go. Gonna be another mid going away. Got both demos sort of quickly rolling out here, but let's see if they can keep this mid going full compound into this next mid. I mean, they won the first mid. Let's see if they can keep the streak going.
No demos really getting there much sooner than the other. Joe again opting to take the high rollout, as it's just gonna be people rotating around mid. Nothing much happening. It's a high bomb from Soldier Big, and 2 for 2 trades. Jorge and Layla all go down. That was just a flurry of frags instantly. As it's now 2 versus 3 on mid, but it is slowly cleaned up in favor of red. Just the frags going slightly better their way.
Yeah, TK and Nam doing a really good job there trying to get behind, but I mean, at the same time, you got like Jevon and Stan trying to go in for, like, both of the rockets landed on the demo and the mid clumped together at the same time. So it's quite a well-coordinated pick there, but ultimately the mid going in the favor of Swedish Open, and really trying to take this yard area for now, but importantly the med's going down there, so just kind of even things up a bit, but Layla has a very small out there. And she's on crits on herring from Wheat, so there we go. But already the crits play comes out for Joe, so I'm looking forward to this.
I'm a little surprised they didn't try to roll into second a lot faster off that mid, was a complete wipe, so I'm surprised they didn't try to get at least a little presence and prevent this sort of second yard stalemate, but...
It's just... Yeah.
Oh, this must be when the pause came in. Actually, Yevon going behind, drop down, it's a bomb on some Layla, drops the crits!
Oh no, it's tragic. No one watching that. That was really well played by Jevon though, and you know, as just well renowned, you know, if you can, it's easy to drop crits. You haven't got any invulnerability to save. You have to press that right click, and not really much can be done about that. But yeah, really well played there. Gonna be trying to take this right side area with these heals. Buff versus no buff should be a much easier fight for the compounds to try and walk their way back into mid.
Yeah, they're already out. Joe a little far forward here, but yeah, just backs out. And those holding on the high ground, trying to pinch into garage, get the force onto Jorge. It does drop quite low. We'll just have to back out. Smart positioning, not overcommitting, and getting forced on this mid. So Hemp takes down Amp, and I think it's going to be mid solidly the way. And yeah, definitely with this... Oh, I said that, definitely with those picks, but... Yeah, it's just the positioning way better from Compound, as they will bully Swedish Open all the way back to their second.
Yeah, they lost more people than I thought they would have liked to there. I mean, they kind of left with a medic and 2 scouts. I mean, I don't know, they could have played that a bit slower, maybe even rotate to this left side instead of going through the garage and bullying their way through, but Jimball getting picked up there probably could have been avoided, but hey ho, they get this yard area, and they've still got this Uber in the bank, but they are up against Layla Uber now. So have to see if they try and take this lunchbox approach like they did last time, where they're trying to just get someone in there, maybe get Stan around the back again.
Yeah, it's gonna be Evan just pushing in really aggressively through Z, just trying to get onto Layla. Got one rocket, but cleaned up fairly quickly, as Stan will also go down, and that'll be Compound rather having to just back out a second, as the yard push is actually on. They want to take this exchange, and it's a way better pop from Jorge and Joe, and they drop the demo. That's a really bungled push out a second once again. But fortunately, you know, they just have to keep Layla alive here, I think.
Yeah, there's way too many people in that Uber, I think, for Swedish Open. Like, really not necessary. Nice denial from Storm there. Gets a really nice meat shot onto the soldier. Does go down for his troubles, but I mean, this yard fight's been very prolonged. I'm kind of thinking it's going to go the way Swedish Open eventually with some arrows and stuff coming in. But there we go. Going to try and bully their way out with all the spam coming into that choke area, and Swedish Open finding the space.
I mean, yeah, with Joe dropping so early in the Uber, I thought it was going to be just easily the way of the compound, but Exile with 2 crucial frags really opening up that yard fight for them. I was actually even going to try to bully it there, but Layla goes down to both Yevon and middle as well. That's an amazing bomb as they all came through door. Absolutely crucial kills, and it's almost a wipe. Just Exile chilling out on second, maybe trying to go for something cheeky, and I will just leave.
I'm not really sure why they decided to just not do wiki through the choke there. Like, I mean, that choke in itself on this map is also part of the reason why I hate the mid, like, trying to push back into mid, because you're trying to get through that choke, it's just terrible. But, like, they just stay there for way too long. I mean, Middle's on the heavy now, trying to defend for his life. Storm's kind of edge the point. Nice coordinated rockets there from Amp and TK, kill that scout instantly, but they might end up filling this out. I mean, Jevon comes in now, but I don't know whether it's a bit too late for this. Bosa was trying to find some redeeming pick onto the medic. Oh, and he finds the rocket. There we go. So, I mean, there is some redeeming factor in that, and Jorge lives there. But yeah, bit of a botched push there.
Yeah, good salvage from Stan on the tail end of that push. But again, it's just a really solid hold. Middle on that heavy did a ton of work. And it's just going to be, once again, this compound just pushed back to yard. Yevon and Stan do come up, but it is about a 50% add for them, so you would think that they are going to be retaking the second, barring any heroics.
Yeah, got to get some sticks set up. We've got some sticks with the point already, which are already visible to them. So let's see if they may be trying to think about this left side. I mean, it worked out for them before. I don't know why they don't go for it again. They're kind of just trying to bully what they're waiting for main here, but have they not seen these sticks? Oh, there we go. Okay, the sticks will get cleared out above the point finally. But middle's on this sniper actually. Through the shot, see if we can find anything. Oh, does find a headshot to the scout, so that will maybe favour them. And the Uber gets used to. Joe goes down though, and they've lost their sniper, so this is not that great for the defense.
Yeah, again, it's just Joe cut out a little far forward. Jimbo does also pick up Layla, so it's really just the collapse here onto last from compound. Only 2 up, Amp and TK. And yeah, that's gonna be another round the way of compound 2-0.
God, yeah, the combo from Swedish Open just getting caught out like so much right now, and middle is very unfortunate down there on that right side. As I feel like you could have backed out. Like as soon as you got that scout pick, I would have just probably maybe backed out and gone back to scout maybe, or just try and help the push that way, or maybe rotated. But instead, this kind of gets picked off, and with Layla going down there, means there's no heals for the point. But there we go. It's going to be a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, middle going down wasn't great, but crucially, Joe lost his life on that second hold, so... But you know what, another round of the mid, as it's going to be once again high ground, held pretty well for Joe, but goes down nearly instantly Jimbo, and then Stan with the skill stick onto Layla, the BM, and it's mid very handily right now in the hands of the compound. It'll just be seeing if they can get a bit of a salvage onto Jorge. Actually, no, they'll leave. That's a little odd. You'd think in a 2v1.
Are they leaving? Are they leaving Jevon? They're coming back in now, but it's gonna be too late. Jevon's probably gonna be down by the time they come in there.
That's a little questionable. Jorge was there with Hemp on the heels and just kind of left Yevon out to dry. Yeah. It's still a full ad, but no one on midpoint right now. This is very odd.
I don't know why Hemp just didn't like go back in there with his medic. I feel like they could have contested that easily if they just got one lucky hour onto the other. I mean, you got a buff scout versus 2 unbuffed scouts. I mean, you'd hope any day of the week that Hemp's going to be confident in taking that fight, but yeah. But they do eventually get this mid, so you know, even for all that, it doesn't really matter too much as they're going to try and take this garage space quite quickly. But I mean, they've got this Uber for yard if they want it, and they're going to be going into it right now.
Yeah, it's still Jorge taking mid and yard with this massive advantage. Well, actually not massive anymore. Layla all the way up to 92 with that really awkward sort of quasi-stalemate in mid. And it's going to be an exchange here on to second. Fair bit of flashing out from Jorge as no one's really getting any ground with Stan and TK just trading lives. And it's just going to be a little bit of a stalemate here, it seems.
Yeah, Middle trying to peek out this shot flank, but they're going to be rotating actually everyone to this right side. But I mean, they're going to be walking onto the point here. It's going to be sticking off the Z area. So whether this is a smart decision to rotate everyone in through right when they're just all on left and their flank's not watching it. But there we go. The demo getting caught out there. Not really sure why he positioned himself that far forwards on the point. I feel like he could have just backed out slightly there, but kind of just leaving him out to dry again. I'm not really sure what the comms are like with the combine right now. He's always in front of the rest of his team here. God, that was very risky there, but yeah, I don't know. Just kind of some weird plays coming in from the compound right now. Nice bomb in there, but doesn't manage to find Layla even for all that. So, oh, never mind. Stan comes in for the redeeming again. I don't even know how these soldiers find the space, but there we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Stan again on that flank. Like, Stan and Yevon have just been doing massive work on this flank of the Swedish compound, the Swedish compound, the Swedish Open, not really doing a great job of holding it. It's gonna be, once again, a full advantage for Jorge, even though they have given up mid.
Spamming this choke area quite a lot. They're not deciding to go for garage, so they're going to try and double key in here. They need to be fast here. Jorge needs to commit if he's going to walk in. But they found Exile behind. They're going to try and chase him. He just goes down eventually, but I mean, there's still a lot Ubering in here. Still high ground right now for Swedish Open, but they back off eventually. Going to try and take that. Let's take that point L. And there we go.
Yeah,
Swedish Open with the super.
Swedish Open just hoping for a force, and it's actually gonna be Jorge. I don't know if that was a trap in garage that forced him. But they will get Joa, but not much else with the Uber, as they will probably get a second cap off of it, but it'll probably be very soon repush into... Oh, wait, it's the heavy push. I missed that completely. Exile coming out the forwards with the EU gimmicks.
Oh no. Oh god.
And Jorge actually lost his life to it.
Yeah, another scouts sort of one-on-one. Here we go, middle putting that one out. But yeah, the thing is, Exile's not able to change class now, so this is a bit awkward for the transition. Give me trying to just run back in here with this.
They're still rolling with this heavy into mid.
Yeah, they ain't scared. So they're going for this.
I mean, I guess if you ever want to deny a bomber, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Try to bomb into a 450 heavy on mid. I don't think you're getting anything done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be great for that Uber push though. I mean, they've got this ad, but I mean, they've got one scout to chase. I mean, they've still got the demo, I guess, but things are getting spammed out. Layla still dies. I didn't even see that. I should have been looking. Oh god, Jevon finds that. Really well played by Jevon, and even with a heavy there, like, did no one just look up? I'm guessing it was like a glitch spot.
Yeah, it's again just Yevon exploiting this flank so well. Middle goes down to a trap, and it will be Jorge having to pop off on second. They'll probably want to try to get something else, but it's still even Ubers with Layla only just now spawning. It's gonna be Amp going down in the flank, and Yard firmly held. On the side of the compound, pushing in. It's just Jimbo on mid right now. There we go. Just seeing joining it now.
Yeah, like these massive plays coming out from the soldiers, really, just onto the medic. Like Layla going down constantly to these soldier plays. I don't know whether it's like just a mix of like her not being aware or the team not being aware, but they need to be calling this out because I really feel like the flank needs to be doing a better job of like coming where the soldiers are, especially if they're hiding. And there's a lot of places you can hide on this map. You know, like weird sort of glitch spots or like, you know, like drop down like what happened before and stuff like that. So you need to be turning around, even if it's not high-end, they need to be turning around.
Yeah, and Jorge actually doing a much better job of building than Layla, as they're actually gonna, from an even Uber, make a 30% ad out of thin air. I don't know if they realize they have this though, as we're not really seeing them posturing at all, so they will just give it up. And pushing onto mid, like with such a small ad, is very risky on Granary, so I don't really blame them.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're trying to go for this choke area again, not really options to go for garage in, possibly just sticking up garage again. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, with this 2-0 lead, I mean, there is the option of just kind of just pocketing the bus if they want to a bit, which is where they're a bit more passive now. They're sending their soldier, but this is easily called. Storm takes a rocket, Jorge gets thrown into the air, doesn't get hit by the air shot though. I'm gonna be cleaning that one up as TK goes down, but it'll be a 6v5 for now, and they might think about pushing in here.
Yeah, it's no frag movie for TK today, as Compound are just gonna Layla drops the stand!
The spam fight! The L in the chat for Jevon. That is a deserved L though, oh my god. That was really unfortunate. The thing is, Layla got thrown up into the air completely vertically there, so she didn't have any option of surfing. It's just kind of like, you have to just use or die there. But yeah, I mean, Joe finds a nice trap there to kill Storm as he tries to walk his way in, but I mean, they're making it hard, but yeah, Layla just dropping once again. It's just not really favourable for Swedish Open in any way.
Doing our part to normalize dropping Uber, as our Mr. Slyn did say.
TK though. Oh,
yeah, it's fine. Gets nothing. It was close, but no cigar from there. And it's a hero play that had to come out. But with 2 down, pushing into this last, I think we could be seeing a third round for Swedish Compo. Amp going for a bomb, and there is a back cap going on. But yeah, it's last cap's faster. It's going to be the compound getting a third round. 10 minutes remaining. Can Swedish Open pull something back in this?
Yeah, they need to be locking down these soldiers, I really feel like. I mean, that's a nice spam that Jimbot did to try and get that pick there, just to start that off, but I think it's the soldiers really putting in the work. Yeah, even though Stan's on bottom score, it really doesn't, like, sort of reflect his impact in this game. So, I don't know, it's just people calling it out, I think. Needs to just be calming with the soldiers a little bit. Here we go, I've got another mid. Joe opting for the high ground here. He's trying to spam out Jimbot on this low ground instead, but got scouts sort of controlling this area. I mean, they want to deny these soldiers coming in early.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been going too well for... Layla goes down instantly to Yep and Amp to mid, and Jorge goes down there, but it's really just a salvage for the Swedish Open, as it's only Exile, all on his lonesome. No chance, get up by Jimbo.
Yeah, nice point there from Jimbo, but yeah, I mean, him putting in the work right now, I think, for these, for the compound. I mean, he's second top scorer. He's already on 2 DOMs. I mean, he's probably trying to reserve his logs, which is probably the reason why he didn't go back in earlier when he could have done. Just leaving Yevon to die, but yeah, he's been sort of putting out the mids as well. He's denying a lot of the soldier bombs. TK tried to go for something, but just got completely denied. But got some sort of offensive sticks there on the point. Nice pipe onto the scout there, but I'm trying to take this slow as it's actually kind of even Ubers at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they did get that salvage onto Jorge, so it is at least even pushing into the second, as they're actually going to try to muscle their way out onto the left. Big bum in from Yevon, but getting a little denied. Joe actually goes down. Really nice rocket from TK. Or for Hemp, rather.
Yeah,
actually, so Stan picking up 2, Amp in middle going down, Exile as well. That's another botched push out here now from second. It's only Layla and Joed now just spawning. Again, they're just not pushing on to the second, and they're losing way too many players.
The thing is with the compound, like the demo and the pocket scout, we're staying alive here. Almost there from Jorge, but just to get the Uber off. But yeah, there's just a lot of sort of botched pushes in. They're kind of just really refraining from like the wiki on the compound, waiting for the right moments, and they find these right moments as they're trying to finish this off and have a bit of a climax here on this point. But they're not finding this space too easily. Joe's doing a good job of just piping them out. Both scouts kind of low here, trying to fight into heals, and I don't think that's going to go very well. Always think about coming back in though with his soldier. Goes for bomb onto Layla maybe. And he managed to counter stand.
He just popped them off the point with the rockets, and again, cap points win games. That's another round for the compound. In tragic fashion.
I don't know. Did Joe not have like sticks on the point there? I feel like Joe could have maybe stick that off or like done a bit more to deny that from happening, but I don't know. Oh dear, God, the soldiers once again just coming in clutch for the compound here as we go into the 5th mid of this game. It's 4-0. I mean, they've got a lot of work ahead in the Swedish Open if they want to try and come back into this map.
I mean, it's going to have to start with this mid. They have not been going well for Swedish Open. Stan, he's already in their garage, but Yevon also going down, so the soldier combo basically out of the picture right now. Jorge going down to Amp as well. This is a much better start, as they've yet to lose a player on this mid on the side of the Swedish Open. Stan does trade with Exile, but it's really not going to matter, as it's a wipe actually from the side of the compound.
Yeah, that was an interesting mid actually, because like they opted for like playing on their crate side, and I think they had their scouts more on the high ground there. The soldier didn't come in as quickly from on the side of like Yevon and Stan, but they ended up sort of playing him off really, get some decent damage in, and there we go, 100% in the bank for Layla. You have to just watch out for like any sort of weird traps or snipers or hiders though, and hopefully they can maybe get around here.
No sniper, but you're going to see both scouts on off classes, the heavy from Hemp and Storm on the NG, just with that default sentry behind the wall. Getting spent out very early actually, not even having to really pop off on it, just now Uber fading. Heavy and NG have both gone down, so, but when it's still sticky, then it's really heavy presence from the compound, and yeah, that's just an absolute crumble right now from Swedish Open. Layla does manage to escape with her life, provided it doesn't get chased into yard. Already in garage, don't think it's going to happen. Nice surf out.
Yeah, really well defended there from the compound. I mean, they basically just had to use all of the offensive Uber to kill the gun. And I mean, even from the nice pipes from Joe actually onto the heavy there to do most of the damage. Did manage to get that calp sign, like you said, sticks on the point, Jimbo doing a good job of defending against that. I'm going to try and contest this mid right now. 100% though from the compound.
Middle on this entry, but I think it's still going to be compound muscling the way in. Amp goes down as well. With no soldier presence, it's really hard to hold Granary mid without that high ground, without that soldiers.
Yeah, but even then, like, Jorge getting forced out there might be pretty useful. I mean, Exile almost goes down there, just managed to get out though. Got a forward spawn sniper, middle gonna be getting held the weaky out though from a soldier. Just gonna be trying to watch that shot, but he does manage to back spawn now. But Layla does have another Uber advantage here, so I mean, they've got 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes. They really need to get some rounds on the board if they want any chance of even evening this up.
I mean, in a way, it's almost like I don't think they can win Granary at this point. Literally, Uber coming in through the door, and yeah, the compound, they knew it. They knew what was happening. They were all the way out. Yevon goes down, just trying to maybe find something. Stan as well, but that really doesn't matter. They forced out the Uber. They got their man.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here of just sort of delaying them, if anything. No, nice shot for the scout there. We're in a bit of an awkward position here. Doesn't manage to use, though, save his life and his demo's life. But I mean, there's going to be just carpeting sticks coming out from Jump. Never mind, I say that. He gets a really nice jump in. Actually gets a Py-bun to Layla. Layla really far away from everyone here. Gonna be trying to just regroup with the rest of the team right now. But yeah, I mean, they've done a good job delaying here. And this, again, it's going to come back to this defense.
Yeah, Jibba's completely alone on mid right now, so this is actually no demo for the last hold on the side of the comp, and only a level 1 sentry getting spammed down the corner. This could be actually disastrous. Grimbo goes down backlines to Amp, and it's a ton of time already from Swedish Open. Bombs onto the point.
Oh no.
They will at least get a round on the board with 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, not really sure what Jimbo was thinking there. I guess maybe a bit of a meme play, but you know, fair enough. Still 4-1 up, so.
I think he jumped back trying to find Layla, but just sort of didn't find anyone on the side of the compound, so, or on the side of Swedish Open, so he just sort of stayed.
Yeah, just to see if they're kind of come back, or maybe consider a back cap, that sort of thing. But by the time they'd already done that already, but yeah, I mean, we'll play on that offense. I mean, they managed to pick up Layla, but even then they still managed to clean it up. There we go, into the mid going, lots of high ground control here. So Swedish Open getting down quite low, as well as the demo. Lots of damage coming in, double soldier bomb to kind of capitalize on that damage. But I mean, Layla and Joe just kind of walking onto the point. Double soldier bomb again, this time from the compound. Layla very low, goes down to the demo there. As it's kind of just a scout v scout now, 1v1 on the point. Hem versus middle, kind of similar health. Oh, middle wins that one out, so there we go. So he middles wins the mid for his team at the very end.
Yeah, amazing spam and bomb from both sides. Like you saw instantly on that mid, the combo of compound just took so much spam and nice cleanup from bombs, but then the salvage from their soldiers as well. And it just came down to that scout 1v1, which really it's just a coin flip at this level.
Yeah, true. I mean, you know, both. It's kind of interesting seeing like the coordinated soldier stacks in there. So there's really good play from both sets of soldiers there. As they're trying to bully their way in here through this garage. Later goes down very low to all the spam, but they managed to pick up 2 people for it. Both soldiers going down there. As Scout might go down as well. Nice rocket from out there, clearing that up. So they already have 3 picks here. This is exactly the momentum they need. But I mean, if they go in quick enough, they might be able to get in before he gets Uber. But I mean, they still got to get this cap, and there we go. I've got a feeling they're going to have to go against some spawners and an Uber. But it's crits again. Oh, Chris versus Uber.
Crits versus Uber. Yeah, that's Hemp cleaning up Joe and middle. Seeing what else they can get on the last hold on side of the compound. Exile and Amp go down as well. I mean, yeah, crits versus Uber, you never want to see it. And yeah, just be Layla backing out. I think crucially, with the Swedish Open managing to at least pick up a round, you know, that's momentum. They can't win, there's only 2:30 left. It would take, I don't even think it's possible.
Nah, I don't think it's possible.
Yes, yeah, middle's out on the spy plays. We'll have to see if he can get a frag movie clip.
He bumps someone there. Storm didn't realise that, but he's on. Oh no, mind. He turns around.
Yeah. No.
He goes for the bait play there. Actually, I think he bumped him and then didn't turn around on purpose. So big brain from Storm possibly if he did that. But here again, getting this big out. TK getting found out as a hider. We've got Amp thinking about high bombing here. You can probably hear him though, and there we go. Goes down. So there's a wipe for Swedish Open. So that'll be a very quick sort of first map, I should say, for the compound, and yeah, looking very strong so far. Over this 90 seconds sort of dead time.
Yeah, I think we're solidly in some garbage time here. I see maybe some logs play coming out, and I think these are going to be some very interesting logs. We have heavy and sniper and medic in the forward spawn for Swedish Open. They're just waiting for their moment, but everyone goes around on left. They won't even get it. God. Exile gets the consolation onto Jimbo, but they've been completely wrapped.
Yeah, they're just going to Uber in the last.
Yeah, Jorge. Uber's on the last, so Joe. Yo, Will is just on second with his medic. Gets get cleaned up eventually by the scouts, and it's a cap. Layla's behind. It's only 2 up on the side of the Swedish Open. I think it's just a question of if we're gonna see this cap coming in at this point.
Oh my god, Jevon just sort of like dancing for his life there with the pickaxe. Manages to live though, but we've got him coming in and just leading the charge. As, on the scout class, we're even going to be trying to clean that one up, and there we go. That'll be a final decisive round for the compound there. Going to be trying to take us into this product map. I mean, who do you think is like the MVP? I mean, I'm thinking him because, like, I mean, those 2 sort of crit kills in the spawn there got him to 5 doms. He's just doing a lot of work here. But I mean, the soldiers have also pulled a lot of weight for compound.
Yeah, him definitely like doing work, just doing the damage on those mids, on the holds. But yeah, crucially, like so many of these rounds came down to the combo of Stan and Gevin just getting onto Layla, getting onto Joe. Like you saw so many times that those double soldier bombs would just completely drop everyone. And yep, timer's up. It's gonna be the compound decisively taking Granary, and we're gonna be rolling into process shortly. Or not product, not process.
You think
I mean,
compound's
with
going to take
the
this?
last map, it's hard not to. Yeah, it's hard not to favor the compound, but you know, it's a new day, new map for Swedish Open. You know, it's never impossible for them to turn it around, and it is a very different map. Maybe this is just their comfort zone. As we will be seeing this first game starting up here. It is product between Swedish Compound and Swedish Open and Compound. I'm just all over the place right now.
Yeah, we're going live to the second round, season 36, Div 1, 6 we're getting this mid underway. Got sort of a slow start right now. I've actually got sort of a scout. We've got a storm that's actually top of the cliff fence here, which is kind of interesting. I don't think I've seen this before, but very slow mid opener right now from compound, waiting to see what goes on. But I'm going in from bomb behind, goes immediately down onto the grass pack as TK goes onto the cliffside as well. But with Exile going down and Storm going down, evens out the scout gameplay. But I mean, there we go. Second pick comes in, and maybe a mid right now for the compound. Looks like.
Yeah, Gavin might get caught by South on the flank. Jumps very smartly, and yeah, I mean, usually none of the medics going down, so it is still even Ubers. So very easy for Swedish Open to potentially push in here, as they are trying to kind of work that valley. Not taking the most spam in the world right now. Actually getting a fair amount of presence, just kind of muscling up. And they will pop off. The Ubers, Jorge exchanging on point with Jimbo. It's a far better Uber actually. Layla had multi a ton, and Amp is going down to Storm. Not a great start to this push. They are still getting a fair amount of point presence. TK managed to pick up the demo, man, trading his life. That's a fairly good pick, but Layla went down to Yevon again on that flank. Storm goes down, but with Joe being so low and the scouts just kind of being bullied out here, it is going to be a successful hold in the first minute from the compound, at least for the time being.
They're trying to fight their way back in here. They're doing a good job actually. I mean, they got a lot of damage down, and Jorge's kind of forced his way out. He's like very forced out as the other one comes in for a bit more of return spam, but there's only so much they can do, and they actually managed to recap it through all that. So actually pretty well played there from Swedish Open to try and get that space back, but ultimately going to be recontesting the point right now is the compound. Storm taking some decent damage there. Going to be going for the pack on Cliff, but I mean, got a connector fight going on, losers out there, Yevon going down, so might end up favouring Open if they keep prolonging this fight.
I mean, we saw them obviously recap, but yeah, that's really smart from Jorge. Like, he knew he had an Uber ad there by about 40%. He doesn't need to commit his life to that point and risk losing that. And now it's gonna be Layla just coming up to Jorge, and Emp actually drops Jorge. Hemp going down to TK and Jimbo. That's a disaster for the side of Compound. And they do manage to get the force that was Yevon and Stan onto Layla, but they also lose the point.
Yeah, like, massive play from Amp there. There's like a really high bomb up. I mean, Horn has no time to react to that. Didn't even see him, I don't think. So, really well played by him. But yeah, Layla kind of decided to stand on the point there rather than like dancing around the rock or cliff or anything. Even after the mid went down, so probably should have expected the sack in there, but unfortunately getting forced out. But
we have a scout in behind onto Jorge. He's beefing though. He's Middle hitting some.
Yikes.
You know, you hate to see it onto Jorge, and it's actually gonna be the side of the compound just muscling in through that cliff side, getting 3 picks in. Amp trades out with Yevon, but it's a recap out on compound.
Yeah, unfortunately for Middle there, didn't manage to find that play, but we're just sort of just recontesting this point right now, so we're sort of going to walk our way back in slowly. But I mean, there is a very slight ad on Jorge, but it's not going to be counting for much, I don't think, because TK and Stan sort of just dueling this out on the high ground near the cliff. But Scouts are walking onto the point right now. Layla's very far forward with the Scouts, able to beam them, and then drop comes out from the spam. Joe puts some sticks down. Jorge drops again. God, this is like a reverse from the last spam. Jorge just getting dropped twice already in this game.
I mean, yeah, I wonder if he's just maybe not as comfortable on this map. Koth, obviously, product very different game from Granary, big change of pace. But yeah, Jorge just going down again. That was a nice combo from Joe.
Oh dear. And yeah, we just had the Scout stealing the Scout gun apparently. It's still on the ground, and you know, she do just yeeting it off the floor. But I mean, Layla, yeah, 100% actually going for this sort of healing the soldiers here on this side area with Joe sort of sticking up the cliff hold, and there we go. This should be the first forward hold of this map. And there we go. The pyro comes out. Nice reflect onto the soldiers. Massive nuke. Layla goes down there. Was that was a drop as well?
That was a drop as well.
Oh my god.
And it's actually a wipe.
Oh my god. Okay, that was unexpected. Didn't expect that at all. How Layla didn't react to that, I don't know. I mean, that was coming. Like, as soon as you saw that reflect, I would have been like, okay, I need to Uber soon here.
That was just an absolute nuke getting dropped on the Swedish Open. It felt like they just wiped out of completely nowhere. As, yeah, it's a hold now again for the compound. Actually very even in time, so it's just the retake again, but it's full Uber at this time from Jorge. We'll see, will someone pop an Uber?
Oh god,
actually drops the demo. I feel like you just have to back out here. It's not even worth the committing. But Jorge's still in, actually does get forward. Not dropping this time. Not pulling the skis.
They lose so many people before they use Uber there, though. Like, I don't know why that was. Like, they should have used it like way earlier. Like, maybe
Jorge might
save
die
the demo
anyway.
and just used into them as well, because they didn't walk forward. They were just letting them on the point. So really strange play from the compound.
Yeah, Jorge got a saw and an arrow combo onto middle. Just again, not really being able to get the redemption for that cliff fight. But yeah, it's gonna be again with that. And actually now, because of that saw, a 50% ad for the side of Jorge and the compound, and they're gonna be recapping up this mid. Time is getting so low for both sides, as Jimbo does manage to find Joe, and it's the crits! Wait, what? No,
yeah, they're gonna try and build this before they have to try and cap it. I mean, they got 30 seconds, they don't have time here, but I mean, they're gonna be fighting into an Uber still. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, Jimbo, the nice sort of roller pick onto Joe there as he's trying to fade away through Valley, but yeah, try and walk the way back in here through Valley. There's a lot of spam coming in, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're not being able to start for this med soon. I mean, try it now. They're getting soldiers behind, but they're going to use forwards into the combo.
Yeah, good force out onto Jorge, and this crits is on 80%. They can re-crits into this, but they've dropped 3. It's gonna be a really rough fight. And yeah, that's just the point. Play from compound, picking up the first round.
Oh god, I mean, very close first round there. I mean, really reversal of roles there in terms of Layla and Jorge. Jorge dropping so many times there. Probably more than he would have liked at all. But there we go. It's going to be a nice sort of quick first round. Well, not quick first round, but first round from compound. So they make their way back onto this mid fight. Let's see if they take the same sort of positioning. It's kind of similar. But I mean, hopefully Jorge doesn't die to some sticks this time as they go into this left side.
And Joe took a fair amount of early spam going very low. It actually goes down to Stan. Just the spam across point as the double bomb in from and Jorge does actually go down to Amp. I didn't even see that bomb, but well placed rockets and Layla keeping her life. So well, for now at least, it's a bit of a chase, but yeah, they will hold very solidly on that cliff. So with the first cap going the way of the compound, but it'll be a repush in shortly with this around 70% ad on the side of Layla.
Yeah, maybe the point of like the soldiers being more comfortable with the map and the jumps is actually coming in here for like Amp and TK, because Amp so far has been a massive playmaker for Swedish Open. But there we go!
Layla goes on the oven!
Oh my god, it's back and forth. What's going on here?
I don't even know. Like I said earlier, like in the pregame, Layla was just kind of cowering behind rock and just could not see the bomb coming and just landed around her head. But it's actually the whole here, the scout combo, Middle and Exile doing a ton of work onto the players of the compound, and they'll actually manage to push them off the point. That's a very clutch play, but you would imagine it's Jorge and the compound taking it back with their Uber ad once more.
Yeah, Miller really showing up here actually. I mean, Hem's kind of just bottom of the scoreboard right now. I haven't been anywhere near the impact of them in Granary as to what it looks like, but they're just sort of sitting in this pocket area. Oh, they're going to get used into here though. Layla's a bit of an awkward position, going to get sticked out. He's going to get run out with a scout though. Going to run across the cliff. Might try to survive this. Kind of amazed they didn't manage to find Layla there, even for all that, but there we go. Risky bomb in and Uber in doesn't really favour them.
Yeah, I think it was just a... I didn't see what to, but I would imagine it was just a force on the side of Jorge. I don't know why else you would pop there. But, yeah, I mean, once again, it's just this leapfrog situation we see so often on Koth. One team forces, the other team's got an overad. And I'm surprised we don't see a sack onto Layla. I imagine we're going to see it soon, though.
Yeah, Jimbo getting 2-stick jump in, goes straight across the point. Layla's in house, though. Not really sure that was the best place to back out to because the soldier had already gone in from behind, but there we go. I mean, they get 4 picks, but ultimately do get that Uber forced out. But it's all biding time off the point though. The point time is what matters, and there we go. It's already gone to about 90 seconds for Swedish Open, so so far not too bad.
Yeah, it was a classic Koth, you know, 4-man sack, keep the meta up and spawn with a scout. But it is going to be 70% Uber ad push in from Jorge and this compound. And really, what the Swedish Open want to do here, they don't really care if they see the point. They just want to force Jorge and get out.
Ooh, and speaking of which,
it looks like they'll be doing just that.
Yeah, finds
Great bomb in from Amp once more.
Yeah, and they find the return bombs, but... Well, I say that, they find them, but they don't really find any picks with them. So I'm going to be hiding in this sort of Japan area for now. On scout, see if we can try and flank a medic maybe as he goes behind him. Gets found out very quickly. Bit of a risky jump in there, but the sword comes in. Layla gets forced though. For some reason, she decided to stand like in the corner there with like barely any protection. Nice play there from the soldier to try and get that as Stan goes down for his troubles. But there we go. It's going to maybe even things out a bit for the compound.
Yeah, and I mean, we're trading back and forth here. It's again an Uber in the head of Jorge, but they're down a mid on the point. If it keeps trading back and forth, this will inevitably favor Swedish Open.
Yeah, very true. I mean, they've done a good job of mitigating it so far, but they've tried to walk the way back in already. No fear on these people as Amp does go down very early, so that might be the opening that Compound needs. Stan trying to find something there, just gets sort of forced out. TK sort of on this cliff area looking for something, but he'll be trying to trade out. No air rockets going in the way of Stan, but gonna be 3 down right now. Joe comes in for the Joe's own bomb, doesn't find it though, and gets cleaned up by the scout, so there we go. It's gonna be ultimately traded in the favor of the Compound.
Yeah, I mean, they're capping up the point here, but we really just need to see them hold it because it's only 30 seconds on the side of combat. They need to hold this, and they need to hold it for quite a long time. A minute 30 is a year in Koth terms.
Yeah, true, and I was like, Yevon almost getting picked off there. Gonna be very risky, getting out with his life though for now. Joe going very far forward here with this Uber. We're trading it out, gonna be scout demo versus scout demo in this Uber. Hemp almost dying there, nice sort of trade there from Exile, almost getting that pick, but sort of nice reset post over here from Swedish Open. Bomb comes in around the back on the side of Amp, but going to be trying to distract a lot of people away from the point it seems, and TK making the most use of that space as the bomb comes in, returning onto the concrete area. Yevon and Stan finding that. 2 going down already, Joe especially going to be pretty nasty pick there, and there we go. Going to be sort of, they haven't even managed to cap the point there, so really well played from Compound so far.
Yeah, Hemp and Jim doing a great job denying that positioning. But crucially, that was one of the first like actual Uber trades we've seen this round. As Exile does manage to pick up Yevon, just going for a bit of a bomb. Shouldn't be that big of an issue for them though.
Yeah, sure, yeah, one of the very first trades, been a lot of drops and stuff in the making, but both soldiers opted for the sort of concrete side. TK coming in now, just going to be waddling towards them, doing a lot of damage, but Joe very far forward on the point here still. Soldier's going to get a bit complacent though, getting picked up there. Joe probably going to get run down as well. Layla getting probably caught out here as well. Does go down, there we go. So 100% for Jorge. I don't know, that play right there in that positioning might have been a bit of a throw, in fairness, for Swedish Open.
Yeah, they had so much cap time. I think they were just gonna try to, you know, sack onto it, cap it off with the pick onto Yevon. But yeah, they just got absolutely collapsed on. Now it's a full disset, and the time's even up. It's 20 seconds apiece about. But it's that full Uber on the side of Jorge. He can stall for days on this point.
Yeah, I mean, Compound. Oh my god, there we go. Layla goes down to the spam already. Oh god, tragic return bomb comes in from TK. He gets used Uber though, and it's too late.
Just gonna Uber out onto point now.
Oh god, absolute tragedy coming out from the Swedish Open. But I mean, the bombs come in. Not gonna find anything though. Everyone's so healthy. Jimbo goes down there, but already 4 dead right now. And there we go, that'll be the second round for the compound. I don't know, I just really feel like there's a bit of a throw play for Swedish Open. They could have maybe taken that round if they just kept at the pace they were going. They were really far forward and got caught out there.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it was a throw play really there on that push, but also just losing a minute 30 advantage. That's huge on this map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's... Yeah, as soon as they managed to cap that point that one time when they managed to get that space, then that was already kind of just helping the grave begins. They get the second round going already, but third round underway now. TK comes in with the bomb through main. Jorge going to be cutting that one out through main, but they managed to get 2 picks already. Evan going to be going to the point. So stand, find the rockets, find 2 rockets, third rocket, and isn't close enough though. Later going to be surviving that one, and there we go. That mid actually going the way of Swedish Open. So I don't know. I'm hoping they've refocused really right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to let losing that kind of an advantage get to you, but it seems like, at least TK is on point right now, getting those crucial picks at the start of the mid, and Stan goes down instantly to drop Storm as well. They do pick up Joe. You don't want to lose your demo on the fast end middle as well. It's 2 for 2, but one of those is a demo man, so I would say favoring compound, and they will have the spawns being not holding the point right now. So, yeah.
Joe, weirdly not respecting how many sticks he'd used there. I mean, there's a kind of ballsy jump in through the doorway there to get the soldier, but then after that, he didn't really have anything loaded for the scout. Scout told W and get some of that. It's a really nice play, but they're going to be trying to get the super on the point. Oh god.
That was a tragic Uber out on Exile. You saw, like, just beefing shot after shot onto Jimbo. Jorge did not have to pop for ages, and Layla went down. But with 3 going down to the side of the compound, they will get muscled out. And Exile gets Jorge, redeeming himself for that Uber.
What even just happened there? Because Exile just was in the kill feed loads. He's just somehow in the house. Managed to get like 3 picks in or something. Absolutely mad.
Yeah, that's a great retake on the side of the Swedish Open, and just really kind of clutching it out there.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the play they needed to try and get themselves back in this game. Who cares if he's on 150 ping? He's making these plays for his team. As going to be trying to hold this mid right now. I mean, Heavy Gun's really far forwards here, not getting picked off though. Managed to back out. Lots of damage being traded across the point though. Jimbot's trying to lead the charge in. Got TK just spamming from Cliff though. Joe's still spamming main. Jorge gets some pipe rollers in his face. TK comes in with a returning bomb. One going down already. Him getting spammed out by the demo as well, and they fear for their lives. Trying to get the redeem fight. Oh, and he finds the rocket onto Layla. Wow, okay.
Was that a drop, or it was very close if it wasn't?
Yeah, I think it was very close, but huge play from Evan.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually really smart from the compound as well. They knew they ran an Uber disset, but that Uber disset doesn't matter until Layla actually has Uber. So they're making the dry push work and getting those rockets now a full add in the signs of Jorge.
Yeah, the Scout's getting pressured a lot. Joe just trying to pressure on the rock there, but sort of TK jumping into nothing there, just gets obliterated by the Scouts, but going to be trying to back out to this grass. Oh, and they lose their soldier as well, trying to back out into grass as TK goes down there and Amp goes down, so... Trying to just reset on this point, but I mean, they got 100% here, always kind of very far forwards, and they're trying to look this in. Layla's very far forwards here, considering they have an ads to fight against.
Yeah, I mean, Layla, they don't have to necessarily try to dry push in here. Like, they have a minute advantage here. They can afford to wait for this Uber, and with the middle going down, I think they really can't make push work. They did get the force as well, so that's really good from the side of the Swedish Open, just taking their 50% ad now back into spin.
Oh yeah, but Joe just managed to back out in time. It's going to be a late spawn for him, but yeah, they're going to be building this Uber. I mean, they need to be quite fast with this though, because we're always able to just sort of heal a blue rune sword scout or whatever that 3-rune sword. That's the one. Can't remember what that was called there, but the Boston Basher reskin. You know what I mean? They're going to be coming back in though now, 100% versus 60%. Joe's going to be trying to lead the charge. Gets a nice pipe onto the scout there from Jimbo, but probably going to go down for his troubles. Nice rocket into Stan. Oh, Stan finds the turn rock onto TK. TK not going to be finding that one very pleasant at all.
Yeah, that's just TK getting absolutely rocked, but Jorge very smartly positioned. As soon as that Uber came in, he was scurrying out over cliff, and absolutely nothing found on the side of Swedish Open. And there's still a player down on that of Compound, but just getting up Yevon now as they muscle away on cliff. Storm goes very low in the concrete area, gonna get cleaned up by Exile, and it's an early pop from Jorge as Amp just landed right on his head in the valley, and Layla is out.
Oh god, this is the tragic Uber though. I mean, yeah, Stan trying to get in some redeeming frag there, but wasn't Uber at all.
Oh, popped a Jorge in there.
Oh,
and he cratered!
Oh, well, the spawn comes in from Joe. Later goes around really low here. Hem's holding W! Oh, he gets cleaned up. That was close from him though. Really well played by TK and Joe to try and defend against that. But then mind Joe, not Joe, Jimbo comes in again. But so many people trying to get to Layla. Oh, and they finally get it down. But it took a lot of people to try and get that pick.
Yeah, but they needed that pick. And it's 10 seconds left. They're not even gonna get Layla in time. To hold this, but it's the compound that have to make the push. It's overtime now. Stan goes down, Hemp very low, as Yevon doesn't manage to pick up middle, but traded with Exile. And, oh, it's so back and forth, but it looks like the compound are gonna manage to cap off. But they have to hold this perfectly for a minute. And that really just hasn't been happening so far. It's actually gonna stall for spawns, by the looks of it.
I was gonna say that's probably the smartest play here to try and stall for the spawns, because if they managed to cap that, then they would have flipped the spawn timers a bit, and it would have been a bit unfavourable. So smart play to try and delay that. But I mean, I think Joe kind of just spent. I mean, he did manage to get the medic in fairness with that, but I don't know whether that would have favoured them if he just sort of shot the players there. As I'm trying to walk this back in now, but it is even Ubers trying to reset this fight. But I mean, they can't afford to let them cap this at all, which is the problem here. They've already got 2 scouts capping it. They need to get some pressure on the point. There we go. The soldiers come in. Joe gets thrown up into the air. See if Yevon can follow up on this. Manages to grab the pack. Nice pipes coming out from Jimbo. And there we go. 3 down already. So this refight has been massively favoured for the compound.
So yeah, nice pipe from Jimbo to find Layla. And crucially now this hold, they actually have the Uber ad. So, you know, once that time gets low enough, they can just stall on point with the Uber if they have to.
And they're opting for this really passive cliff positioning here. I mean, Jorge just not wanting to use until the very last second if possible. TK goes in for a bit of a pogo jump now. Finds his way into Jorge, but not managing to find any sort of kill there. As, yeah, that already means that, I mean, the 3 down already. I didn't even see the side picks, the flank picks come in, but oh my god, there we go. I think that is going to be a pretty clinical finish for the bottom out there. Joe finding it, sort of bomb in, but it gets demolished by Yevon. And there we go. It's best to get in, but doesn't find it. So 3-0 for the side of the compounds, doing a really nice job there of finishing that up. My name has been Buck. Gentleman production has been Wiethoofd. Have you got any shout outs, Sire?
I mean, yeah, shout out to Wiethoofd for just sort of letting me on here. Let me have a whirl at casting some European games.
Oh, well, there you go. Some more action on the way. You know, it never ends. Relentless TF2 action going on right now. Especially with everyone locked down. Hopefully everyone is staying safe. But for watching, hopefully you've had a good time. And we will wrap it up there, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Hi, old beaver! Away!